Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chaos Counseling. Well, if you were here about 10 minutes ago, you know the drill. We just beat Color Splash, and because we did it so quickly, we're going to start Origami King. I am... I'm nervous about this one. Like, if I'm being perfectly frank, I am nervous about this one. Because yay. Welcome back, Endangered, and welcome, Jay. I'm glad that you could join. Oh, this came out in 2020. For some reason, thought this was like 2019 or something. So that was... Huh. Next game, same night. Let's go. Yeah, I think I did this with Xenoverse 2 with Edgelord. I'm a little scared to revisit this one. Because like I said at the end of the Color Splash stream, when this game first came out, I remember, you're welcome, Jay, thinking this was the Paper Mario game, or at least it was a game more in line with what I wanted from this franchise that I'd been waiting for almost 20 years since Thousand Year Door came out. But I remember more moments, more positive moments from Color Splash than I did this one. Like, I remember 2 gut punch moments, but I don't remember, like, any moments standing out as truly being amazing, you know? So, I'm worried that this game was just overhyped in my brain because it returned to a number of elements that I preferred from Thousand Year Door, but we'll see. Also, I really like this opening cinematic. I love that Luigi's cart is back since, you know, he used it to save us in the end of Color Splash. Isn't this great, bro? Back on the road again, together and heading to some kind of festival. Also, based on the topography of the first Paper Mario game, you should be coming from the other direction. Pedantic? Yes, obviously. What did the invitation say again? An Origami Festival? What's that going to be like? By the way, much in the same way of, like, they treated the color being sucked out in the last game as body horror. Let's see. Only one way to see. Yep. We'll find out. Shouldn't the mere idea of origami be the equivalent of, like, you know, that myth about the guy who'd cut people's feet off just to fit them into the bed? Like, this should be nightmare-inducing. I'm paper. Indeed. But, anyway, I can't wait to say hello to Princess Peach. It's been a while. Also, I'd love to say hello to Daisy and Rosalina, because it's still unclear what their relationship is, and I could really use my own girlfriend, Mario. On the one hand, it would have been fun had they successfully recreated... Let's see. I want to join... What? I really would... Again, we need either a proper Paper Mario... Well, he was a companion in Super Paper Mario, so that is one thing Super Paper Mario will have over the rest of the franchise. But we need a dedicated Paper Luigi game, damn it. Or at least a game, at least another game where he's a companion throughout the whole thing. Here we are, Toad Town, and there's Peach's Castle. It would have been nice had they recreated Toad Town from the first game, but I understand why they didn't do that, because like the first 2 games, let's see, most people assume Daisy is Luigi's girlfriend, and I dig it. I dig it too, but I wish there was some confirmation, if you know what I mean. What is everyone? You don't think we missed it, do you? Mario, check out the invitation again. When are you supposed to be here? You are invited to an origami festival in fabulous Toad Town. Date... Makeout. Peach. Well, it's the right day. You think they're still getting things ready? Let's go check out the castle. Maybe everyone's inside. Because, again, since this game, the exploration is similar to the first 2, if they recreated the first town verbatim, they'd realistically have to create the first world verbatim, and that would kind of suck if this was just a rehash of the first game. So... Again, it would have been nice if it had resembled it a little more, but I'm glad it isn't at the same time. Love that L is the more trusted to drive than Mario. Well, I mean, he does have the Mario Kart death stare. You know you never need to worry about getting run off the road if Luigi's gaze is just going to stab back at you piercingly, letting everyone know just what he thinks of you. Although, speaking of recreating things from an N64 game, I am so grateful that it feels like every time we see Peach's castle, they recreate the stained glass window from Super Mario 64. Well, here we are at Peach's castle. I'm going to park the cart, okay? I don't want to tip the valet. You know, I could make a joke about it being rude to not wanting to tip someone, but it would be rude if he let the valet park it and then complained about tipping him. I don't know. That gaze could crumble stone. Sorry for the wait, bro. Let's go see the princess. Yeah, so like Color Splash, it's going to be higher damage, well, higher numbers. So that's why my HP is going to start at 50 like Color Splash. Again, I do prefer the lower damage numbers of the first two games just because it's a lot easier to actually track how the damage scaling throughout the game, in my humble opinion, but I digress. It's kind of spooky in here, isn't it? And what is everybody? I expect to see at least one toad by now. Mother mia, I forgot our gift in the cart. I'll just dash over and get it. Insert convoluted oh, never mind. I was about to say insert convoluted reason to keep Luigi and Mario separate. Point out that valet wasn't even here to take the cart. That too. Okay, I don't like that. How am I going to get outside when the door is locked? Don't worry, Mario. I know just what to do in situations like this. You got to just go find Mario, right, Mario? Oh. Okay, I'm just going to take a deep breath and go find the key to this door. That's what you do, right? The apprentice Peach will be right there. If you see her first, okay, bye-bye. Okay, I love you, bye-bye. And just minor spoiler, Luigi shows up periodically throughout the game. And he's always looking for a key. It's Ghost again, Luigi. Yeah, get the Poltergust. Also, speaking of recreating things, I do appreciate that they do try to recreate a lot of the interior of Peach's castle. Is that you, Mario? Is that you? Yeah, they showed this scene, like, I think wholesale in the teaser, and I do not like this. On the one hand, it does kind of look like the messages Peach was leaving us in the last game, but I don't like this. How good to see you. Answer me this. Shouldn't the Mushroom Kingdom Super Mario Galaxy SMG4, sorry, I'm stupid. What's that stand for? Should be unfolded and refolded unto glory? No. And what of those toads? Shouldn't they be silenced for all of eternity? I see. Last question. Will you crease yourself and be reborn like me? That depends. Do we get to crease each other? No, then no. Wrong answer. Right answer. It matters not. Your replies are all paper thin. Puns. Ha ha ha. Go to hell. I hate you. Also, arbitrary RPG elements. Goodbye. YouTube funny creator. SMG4. SMG4. Okay. Ah, Mario! It's always good. Always got to make a flashy entrance, huh? Okay. I might look into them. Are you here for the Origami Festival, too? The dungeon-themed waiting lounge is a huge upgrade from the last festival I attended. Very classy. You ain't seen Master Bowser anywhere, have you? It ain't like the big lug to leave us minions hanging at a public event. Whoa, Mario, you're here! I'm a big fan, I mean, I always wanted to battle you, even if I got stomped. It'd be an honor. Wow, this is so exciting. First I see Princess Peach, and now you. Gotta say, the princess was a little different than what I expected. Less lifelike. Now, this is something else. Let's see. The little dust. Yeah, I love the dust off too. This is something I do love about this game. Like, I could be remembering wrong, but I think most enemies we fight, or at least most of the ones working for the bad guy, I think there's some random enemies we encounter who will fight us, are these origami versions of the villains. Because I think we actually get to interact with a lot of Bowser's minions. Let's see. I stomp on it. Indeed. We actually get to interact with a lot of Bowser's minions in a much more friendly way than normal. The Glinda, the Goomba. Yeah, definitely I'd stomp on it. So, yeah, this is something I like, because it kind of reminds me of, hey, what's next? I've seen a toad before. Please tell me it's a toad. Because this kind of reminds me of the brainwashing that was done to Bowser's minions. Friends with Bowser's army. Yes, no, that's always what, I mean, that's why I prefer when Bowser's not the main villain of the RPG series, because it's an opportunity to do something different with their dynamic. No way to the little guy with the small have red eyes, with the shell have red eyes. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. It reminds me of kind of like the brainwashing that happened to Bowser's minions in Super Paper Mario. With just, there's much more of a visual aspect to it. Mario, is that you? I need your help. I'm in a very strange place. It's cramped and dark, almost like I'm in between dimensions or something. I'm not sure if I should be amazed or scared, but I'm kind of both. If it's not too much trouble, I'd like to get out now, please. Is there any way you can help me? Da 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 da. By the way, Mario, why are you constantly losing your hammer? Are you leaving? Oh, it sounds like you're leaving. Please help me. I thought I was moving towards you, but okay. What's that? Did something light up at your feet? Is it a magic circle? I love to eat cardboard. Oh, yes, cardboard is the most delicious diet. That's good. I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do with it. Can you try to use it somehow? So this is kind of similar to the cutout ability in the last game. It's just you guys will actually be able to see it since it's That sounded good. Are your arms all big and foldy now? I've heard about this. I think it's called the 1,000 fold arms. Try feeling around a bit. Maybe you can help me escape from this strange dimension. It feels like the arms are off center and out of control. Maybe try pressing the R to reset them. Wait, what? Oh. Right. Hold on. I forgot that this game uses gyro controls, because I was just using my Pro controller that doesn't have it. Hold the phone. Okay. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Okay. Yeah, just because it uses paper is, see, I ate paper. Paper is nicer to chew, indeed. Just because it uses the kind of clunky gyro controls, I do prefer the cutout ability from the last game, which used the touchscreen. Well, I'm free of that weird in-between dimension. Oh, I was just stuck in the wall. That wall? You must be Mario. My name's Olivia. You'll probably like to know a lot more about me and why I was trapped in there. There, huh? But yeah, so yeah, this is our companion for the game. This is Olivia. Well, let's see. I don't. She's definitely not as memorable as Huey in terms of a vibrant port personality, but she's still a great companion. But I don't think we really have time for that now. Maybe we should just get out of here? There's one more thing. I'm not exactly fleet of foot. Mind if I hitch a ride? I will say, visually, it's kind of fun that they actually give her a animation of going into your pocket. You know, I feel like I just had a pretty good idea. I don't know if they'll allow, I don't know if they'll allow be good ideas. I don't know if they'll always be good ideas, but I'm always happy to share them with you. Why don't you try pressing X if you're stuck, and I'll see if I can think of something useful. Who knows, maybe we'll get to know each other and make a great team, if that's how this goes. Yeah. Let's see. I ate Paper Mario and I ate Paper Town. I ate Paper Mario Town. I eat this game. Well, at least you won't go hungry while watching this live stream. Okay, I'm getting my bearings. I think we might be in the castle dungeon. Dungeons smell like, well, this place smells, right? I definitely, again, I can't comment on Sticker Star, but I really feel like Olivia is probably the most naive of all the companions you get. Like I said, I can't prove that since... Yum, indeed. Since, again, haven't played Sticker Star, so I can't compare it to the character in that game. Hey, knock it off! But yeah, to say the very least, Olivia is a very different character and has a very different dynamic than Huey and even Tippy. Albeit, I would say Olivia is a lot closer to Tippy than... I can see what you're about to do to my minion. I order you cut it out! Don't use the word cut, because we're paper. They could basically say, oh, you want us to cut them? Okay. This, by the way, just only seeing this in shadow, it's great. Also, that's just awful, making Bowser watch that. What did you see? Nothing terrifying, I hope? That was the last of them. Except for the mustachioed one. Maybe I have time to explain one little thing. Those stiff-looking guys are called folded soldiers. I don't want to alarm you, but they're unbelievably dangerous. I think we should try to avoid them. What do you think they meant? Why, that was the last of them anyway. The last what? Am I the only one who thinks that almost looks like there's an eyeball sticking out of this box? Bowser's pissed his subjects are being hurt. Yeah, no kidding. Again, that's something I like about Bowser, is that he does seem to genuinely give a shit about the people who work for him, at least in most incarnations of the character. Okay. Mario, you're here too! Well, what are you waiting for? Get me out of this thing! Even you know this is no way to treat royalty. Royalty? Oh, it's nice to meet you. Is everyone in your kingdom also a face? I've got a body too. Those folded jerks just bend it in ways that I wouldn't describe in detail right now. Again, I know that Peach is ominous enough and the soldiers are creepy enough, but I felt that Color Splash treated the whole having your color sucked out as more of a body horror thing than this game does. For the most part, like I said, for the most part, like, it has moments, but the folding thing, like right here, is treated more for laughs rather than horror. Keywords being most. Yeah, definitely keywords being most. It seems worse, believe me. Never mind that. I'm the great King Bowser. I demand to be set free and unfolded. Now, Mario, ignore your floating friend and get me down from here. Bowser commands you. I would do the same for you. You need me as much as I need you. Admit it. Plus, I can't tell you a secret. Plus, I can tell you a secret after you free me, and no one can resist a good secret. You know, honestly, Dog, indeed. You know, I do kind of like the mentality that some villains have with their heroes, where it's like, we depend on each other as much as we hate each other, you know? Okay, kind of thought I was just unfold or something. Ugh, no matter. Now as for the secret I promised I'd tell you, there's a hidden exit in this room. I heard those jerks talking about it, lousy, no good, bloody folded jerks. Now hurry up and find it, and I'll let you bring me along when you escape. Now, minor spoiler, you don't get to bring Bowser with you throughout the whole game. And honestly, that's just a missed opportunity. I really, really wish that Bowser and Olivia were companions throughout the whole game. See, Bowser doesn't seem to even hate him. No, again, that's... Well, this was after the Bowsette craze, so quite frankly, at this point in time, Bowser and Mario could be seeing each other on the sly at this point. Haha, see? Where would you be without me? Actually, speaking of Bowsette, you're really getting a hang of those 1,000 folded arms, Mario. One thing I do actually kind of like that I did see is someone made a, like a GIF or like a series of pictures of Bowser sneaking around the Smash Bros set and putting the super crown on the different guys in Smash Bros. And quite frankly, it's like, damn it, you should not make Ganon that... Well, okay, Ganondorf is always arguably kind of hot, but female Ganondorf, that could make any straight man thirst. I could see it. Yeah, no, me too. Again, I know I'm probably going to be labeled as a creep or a perv, but honestly, Bowsette's an idea that I wouldn't mind materializing in some capacity. I hate Bowser because he sucks. Oh, dear. I'm not going to make a dirty joke about that, but I could. And I'm not necessarily saying I want to see Bowser become Bowsette per se, but like, if let's say there was introduced just an evil female character just with Bowsette or Boozette's design, I think there's some potential there. Although I know a lot of people have actually started saying Daisy's actually the evil Peach, since D and P, or at least a lowercase d, is upside down of a P or whatever, or reversed. But at the same time, it's like, it's kind of hard to determine who's supposed to fill the Wario role, because we've got, you know, Paulina. She can't see me like this. Why are you still so flat? Why haven't you joined me in folded glory? Come, we can reshape you. Oh, patience. Patience, princess. This will do just fine. So, you're Mario? Princess Peach's hero, right? Yes. Yeah. You'll do quite well. Very crisp, bright colors. I can see it now. So what do you say? Will you volunteer your paper body for the cause? I sadly didn't see what Bowser said. Or will we have to get crumply? Join us? Yes or no? Well, I expected nothing less. And to be honest, I wouldn't have it any other way. Take a good look. Long look at Princess Peach. She's better this way, don't you think? No need to answer. You'll soon feel the power of origami for yourself. The folded soldier, come forth. I've never seen a folded soldier like that, Mario. Doesn't it look like one of your flat paper friends? I never got to see Toad. Prepare to be folded! Tutorial battle! So... Oh no, I'm guessing this is your first time facing folded soldiers, Mario. Once these flat paper folks have been turned into folded soldiers, we can't turn them back. It seems cruel to fight them, but if we don't, they'll try to fold you into origami too. I'll help you in attack, but my tiny arms don't pack much of a punch. I don't want to get in your way. So I'll cheer you on, but you'll have to do the heavy lifting yourself. So this is the gimmick of this game. On the one hand, I actually kind of like that they brought back the audience from the second Paper Mario game, from Thousand Year Door. Why could I not remember this game? But instead of fighting with cards or with stickers like in the last two games, and rather than just having and I do have dedicated attacks again. But in order to fill the role of like a puzzle platformer or puzzle adventure game, such an odd fighting situation. Oh yeah, om nom indeed. What it gives me is I have 20 seconds to line up the enemies in an advantageous way and then decide which attack is going to help me the most. Anyway, yeah. If you line all four of them up, you could jump your way down a row in one attack. Bip, bop, boop, bip, bam. So yeah. Yeah. And then if I do successfully get everyone in the correct order, yeah, I get my attacks will increase by, will be a 1.5 damage. It's a fun enough idea. Again, it's not my favorite. I still do prefer, like, between this and Thousand Year Door, you don't know? Okay. I do prefer just the more straightforwardness of Thousand Year Door, especially since it's you and a companion fighting. But this is fun. I like this. Wow, that world-famous Mario jumps don't disappoint. You took out all 4 Goombas with one single jump attack. See what I mean? Line up your enemies is totally worth the effort. Alright, more folded soldiers. I guess some battles are going to have enemies attacking in waves. I guess that means blah, blah, blah. Last way pop-up must mean your last group. Hang tight, Mario. These guys are lined up a little differently. Show them your hammer attack next. Thanks for the emoji. Yeah. Space. Yeah. Yep. Now, hammer time. His jump disappoints me. Oh, Mario, you hear that? Jace disappointed. Do something about that. Now. Now, I know this was a thing in Color Splash, but I really kind of wish it went back to the hammer went back to the way it worked in Thousand Year Door and the original where you hold it back and then release the stick. Admittedly, it's not that pressing A at the right time is bad. It's just, yes, jump higher indeed, Mario. It's because I have played the first 2 games so many times, it psychologically fucks with me that I have to press the A button rather than flick the stick, So, you've defeated the first Goomba. Oh, bravo. Original game reference, I guess. I assure you, it's far from the deadliest creature in this realm. I suppose there's no point in maintaining this charade any longer. Are you guys ready for it? An original villain! Oh my god, you have no idea how big of a deal this was that a spin-off Mario game got an original villain for the first time in fucking forever. And honestly, I love Ollie as a villain. He is appropriately hateable, but not to the point that is frustrating. Oh, Nisa! Or Nisa, however... Okay, I won't do the Japanese thing. Let's see. No, you just only got... No, you only got 570 coins. You should only get paid $1. Now, there's no way he gets paid that much, bro. Didn't even jump that high. Doesn't deserve it. More jumps for money. No, I can't believe it. I don't want to believe it. It could be you. I don't want to believe it could be you. How many times did I tell you to stop? Please, you have to stop now. Why couldn't Mario have simply left you in that wall where I put you? Sister, if you stood in the way of my ambition, I'm afraid you will not share in my glorious family. And by the way, I'm no longer your brother, Ollie. I am King Ollie. I really like this cutscene, by the way. By the time I'm done with all of these miserable... I'm done. All these miserable toads will be folded. The flimsy paper minions of Bowser shall be reborn as loyal folded soldiers. Serving me. And I shall fold, crease, and bend the entire paper world to my whim. The birth of a new Origami King title drop, bitches! This cutscene's great, because she's good. You deserve to stay in the corner. You deserve to be trapped dungeon. That was an ego-tripping bastard, lol. Oh, no, definitely. All right. Here's the main gimmick of this game. I've got mixed feelings about it, which I will say after the cutscene, but it's still visually great. Save us, Shy Guy! Or save us me, because I always play Shy Guy whenever that's an option. What does that say about me if I always, whenever given the choice, I play as the Shy Guy? Oh my god. Peach's castle getting lifted into the sky in a Paper Mario game again. Oh, the humanity. Who could have seen that happen? What the fucking hell? Jesus Christ. Luigi! I really do stand by this. Getting separated from Bowser here was a mistake. They should have let Bowser stay as a companion throughout the whole game. Third time or something, I'm sure, because I'm pretty sure it was they did that in Mario RPG. I could be wrong about, well, it wasn't Bowser that took it if it was. I really want to say it was in Mario RPG. And in the first Paper Mario game. I'm sure. Jay, stop eating Ouija. So, you'll be... excuse me. Watch out! Unless you can float like me, be careful over there, Mario. It's that huge hole in the ground. I don't think you'll fall into it. Maybe there's a way to fix it, but how? Oh, I've got it. Catch this. A Bowser fight beside Mario would be so good. Yeah, it was great in Mario RPG and in Super Paper Mario. Let's see. What he was paper. Yeah, that's true. Did you see that colorful scraps of paper that showed up out of the tree? When he felt, well, that's confetti. Everything here is made of paper, of course, so every little bit of confetti is like tiny pieces of our world. That's why I think if you gather enough confetti and sprinkle it on the whole, it just might fix the problem. Now, see the icon flash. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this is basically the paint mechanic from the last game, just for lack of a better word, just reskinned. Honestly, I gotta be frank. Mario, I have a feeling you've collected enough confetti by now. Maybe you had... Yeah, okay, hold on. I gotta be frank, though. From a visual standpoint, and even a little bit of a mechanical standpoint, I prefer the paint. Like, this isn't bad. Like, make no mistake. I am not for a second saying that this is bad. It's just purely on an aesthetic level. The paint is just... Well, even a control level. Because, like, you'll see... Because, like, in Color Splash, you painted things by hitting them with your hammer. I think your bag is filled. Okay, cool. I got... But yeah, I just painted them with my hammer. And while there was a dedicated button to use the paint, so I just wasn't swinging my hammer willy-nilly, but this is very much kind of a separate mechanic from just jumping and painting, you know? Plus, more often than not, it takes way more confetti to fill holes than it does the paint. So, as a whole, I do prefer... Oh, thanks. I appreciate the subscription. Oh no, I hope you won't always remember me for this moment alone, Mario. Maybe you can help me get my head unstuck somehow? So again, just purely visually, I do prefer the paint. This is perfectly fine, and I think it's a good way of bringing back old ideas while not having it be the exact same thing every single time. That being said, all right, now, where are we? Someone around asked for directions. This could be a problem. It seems like all we can do is explore this area just a little bit. I don't know how much I can help, but I'll always be able to chat with you. Press X to do my best. I honestly feel, as long as, wait, the coins are proper, oh yeah, the coins are made of cardboard in this universe, and I love it. This game, you could have actually made Huey a permanent companion and made all the Paper Mario games sort of paint-themed going forward as long as you got super creative. I mean, because quite frankly, you could still be fighting the Origami King, but with Huey. Now, again, that's not to say I'm not grateful for Olivia. I don't know. I guess it's just saying, I guess no matter what you do, not every game's gimmick is going to be as good. I mean, just look at the different gimmicks that the Pokemon games have been using since Gen 6. Some are better than others. Anyway. Oh, one of those here. Oh, that means my brother is already folding the world, the whole world to his whims. That's bad news. Anyway, oh yeah. Although I do like the versatility of, like I said, in some respects, the cutout ability from the last game is easier to use. But visually, they get way more creative with, what you do with the arms. Yeah, they are, very much they are gimmicks for a reason. The downside is, like, I don't inherently mind gimmicks, but the downside with gimmicks, especially in Pokemon, is, like, some Pokemon, like Alcremie, or that was kind of created with the Gigantamax in mind, now that Gigantamax isn't a thing, kind of sucks. Or hell, what's it called? Dreadnought was my favorite water Pokemon for all of one generation. And that was because its Gigantamax form was basically Gamera, which is one of my favorite kaiju. Now that that's gone, there's really not much of a point using Dreadnought anymore. Although, I mean, it's slow as fuck, but, you know, its stats aren't terrible beyond that, at least not that I witnessed. Wowie, I could soak this view up all day long. I mean, look at the top of the mountain, it's so... Wait, what's that? That's the outer crust of Peach's castle, isn't it? I saw my brother's streamers wrap around it, lifting it into the air. And then it was gone. Wait, there it is. See, way on top of that distant mountain, it's still wrapped up tightly with all those streamers. My brother could still be in there with Princess Peach. He's probably just plodding away. I'm going to stop you, brother. As your sister, it's my duty. Oh, speaking of brothers, I saw a green hat fall into the hole where the castle used to be. Sorry, that green hat was related to your hat, wasn't it? Oh, I just knew I was right about that hat. That's a big problem. Might be good to hurry back to where it fell and see what's going on. Oh, we should look for your brother while we're at it. I hope he's okay, too. I love that she's initially more concerned about the hat itself. Thinking. So, oh, sorry, not what I meant. The whole castle being wrapped up in streamers like that, it kind of reminds me of the aesthetic of Spiral Mountain from the final arc of the original Digimon series. Since that... And, well, I'll get to that in a second. So, if it isn't obvious based on all the different color streamers, the quest in this game is not going to be like collecting stars or anything like that. It's instead, it's needing to destroy the different streamers wrapping up the castle. That hat is the brand indeed. which I don't mind. I don't mind it one bit. I admit, let's see. Oh my god, the Spiral Mountain. Shit, that brings me back. Yeah, someone knows what I'm talking about. My favorite season of Digimon is still the 3rd season, but the OG will always be special. But again, admittedly, it's just my RPG nature kicking in, because I always prefer collecting things of power, if you know what I mean, through your quests. But at the same time, you know, you weren't outright collecting stuff in Tales of Symphonia, and that's my favorite game of all time, so it's a preference. I mean, I think it's also just because Mario is originally a collectathon platformer. It always is going to feel better to get, like, the power stars at the end of each chapter, but once again, I think this is a perfectly acceptable alternative. And I think it works great. I will say that for the most part, I feel this game, well, I think it's also because, like, Confetti doesn't feel like it goes as far as the paint did, but that's also probably due to the fact that the paint had to be used in combat as well. But the game this game feels like it showers you in more confetti than the last one did in paint. But then, like I also said, I also feel like the confetti doesn't go near as far as the paint did. But once again, when you consider the fact that the paint isn't the confetti isn't used as part of combat, it kind of tracks, you know. Wait, did that move? No, that was always the 100. Thank you for the minor healing. Let's see. So endangered. Just since Digimon is kind of on the brain, what's your favorite Digimon, and or what Digimon would you want as your personal partner? Like, because I know that sometimes people's favorite Digimon is not necessarily one they'd want as a partner. I know that might seem weird. No. Oh, come on. No. There we go. Because, like, I know, for example, in my case, my favorite Digimon is my favorite Digimon is Beelzemon. And honestly, Beelzemon's a Digimon I love, but it's not one I would necessarily want as a partner. Because I liked Beelzemon just for his story. Well, that was a complete waste of a star. Oh. Oh, we rejuvenated the flower and the spring. Got him on. That little white cat for partner. Favorite is... Believe it. Oh, yours is also Beelzemon? Yeah. What do you think of Black Gatomon? You know, the Gatomon that's Lady Devimon's champion form? What do you think of that one? I mean, I think I personally prefer the OG Gatomon, but that's also partially because I prefer the OG Angewomon. I prefer Angewomon to Lady Devimon. Yeah. Question for you, Endangered. Have you cursed your eyes with the knowledge, or cursed your mind with the knowledge of Bella Starmon? Also known as Lady Beelzemon. Because, let me just put it to you this way. Once you've seen Bella Star... Let's see, lever 2. The purple gloves are dope. Oh, yeah. What the fuck? Guys, I'm just trying to see... I'm just trying to let the log down. You do like Lady Devimon more, and no. So, 1 second. Hey, Birdo. Oh, okay, I got it. Enjoy! I just posted the link to it. Sure seems like a lot of weird stuff happened. It sure seems like... I was giving her Huey's voice. That is my bad, Olivia. Oh, snap. Hardy har har. Oh. Oh, perfect. But yeah. And also, I guess just... Like I said, Beelzemon's my favorite Digimon. But, like, the partner character that I would want is actually Candlemon. Mostly because Candlemon becomes Miramon and Wizardmon. 2 of my absolute favorite Digimon ever. And Wizardmon can become Mistymon, who is an epic Digimon, and then Mistymon can become Dynastmon, who's my favorite, not my favorite Royal Knight, but one of my favorite Royal Knights. But then Miramon can then become Skull Miramon, which was always one of my favorite Digimon from when I was a kid. Like, I don't know why, but I always really liked the way Skull Miramon looked. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not the biggest fan of most can become those. Yep. Because I'll admit, I've never been the biggest fan of Skull Maramon's Mega Forms. Because I think Skull Maramon becomes Boltmon, and I don't really like Boltmon very much. But then he can also become Beelzemon, and a few other demon Digimon I'm rather fond of, so... Plus, Candlemon just not a... I always had a weird hang-up, and still kind of do, where it's like, well, why don't you just have Impmon for your partner with how much you like Beelzemon, or why don't you have Guillaumon as your partner because Gallantmon / Dukemon is your favorite Royal Knight? I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not allowed to have the same partner Digimon. And thanks for sharing the new Digimon. That looks very unsettling. Yeah. Yeah, I think she and Mervamon, are probably 2 of my least favorite Digimon designs. Well, Bellastarmon's worst. It's like, why did you take one of my favorite Digimon from childhood, gender bent them, and give them one of the most fetishized outfits ever? Although, I know some people are saying it actually makes a weird amount of sense that Digimon actually have sexy human forms, since Digimon are monsters that exist on the internet, and humans love putting porn on the internet. So it stands to reason that some Digimon... They really did. Like, I'm just going to say it right now. If this does it for some people, more power to you. There is nothing that's like an instant, like, it instantly kills sex appeal for me than forced underboob. Like, the one character that underboob almost work was Harabella from Bleach. But that's just because while you can see her underboob, she clearly is still wearing a bra of some kind. For me, at the very least, I hate underboob because I'm not being like, ooh, I can almost see the breasts. Like, that's an argument I've never heard. The porn on the internet thing is a new perspective. Yeah, that was something that Facebook ruined for me. How do I get further? But because anytime I see a character with bad underboob, I'm not thinking, ooh, how scantly or how scandalous. I'm just like, is that like, do you have like double-sided tape under there? Because it looks like you're about to pop out. Like, there's a character in God, like the big sex appeal character in the God Eater franchise, at least in the first one. has really bad under. In fact, she's got some of the worst under boob I've ever seen, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, I never found her sexy. I'm just like, oh, brother. Actually, I think that's my whole thing with sexy characters. If I'm questioning the physics behind the outfit more than anything else, I'm not going to find it sexy. Because at least with something like, oh, I don't feel like we're really not getting anywhere. Sometimes when the folding gets tough, I'd like to take a break and clear my head. Like, at least something like Ivy from Soul Calibur, it is beyond an impractical outfit for combat, but I can at the very least see where most of the wrappings around her body connect, so it would at least stay in... Let's see, sex appeal doesn't work if you try too hard in your mind. I agree. Hey, who's there? Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do not like Ivy's outfit from Soul Calibur. It's way too sexy. It's forced sexiness, and it just doesn't do it for me. But say a character like Velvet from Berseria, Tales of Berseria, that's a sexy outfit that works for me. Because for the most part, I'm like, I can see how that would... I mean, her cloak doesn't make a lot of sense. It should have fallen off, but I can see at the very least how it's functional. So I'm not questioning why her breasts aren't popping out, you know? You can't sit on old Grandpa's head, mister. That's right. He's the elder of this force. Show some respect. He's got twigs older than you. So what if he's been logged by those nasty little toads? He's still the man, honey. And, you know, to an extent, take something like the Dead or Alive series. Specifically the Dead or Alive Extreme series. Once again, I don't really like those games, but I almost give it credit that it leaned so hard into the sex appeal, it's almost comical. So I'm like, okay. Plus, at least on the Dead or Alive Extreme games, like, it says on the package what you're buying. So, if you're buying, it's like, yeah. So, honestly, not a fan of the Dead or Alive Extreme series, but I can appreciate that it goes so hard that it becomes funny, and at the very least, it's honest with its intent. Yes. Thank you, darlings. Bless your bark. You young man, go back and tell your flat paper friends what a state I'm in. I've hardly the hardwoods to speak, let alone learn of some manners, hack. Yes, my sugar. Oh, Grand Snappy here hasn't been the same since they cut him down. Then again, I'll be the first to admit that characters like Zero Suit Samus or Eve from Stellar Blade, characters that are technically 100% clothed, they're just wearing tight outfits, those, to me, always were better sex appeal, in my opinion, because it manages to hit the chord of leaving it entirely to your imagination and leaving nothing to your imagination. I mean, that's a reason why I always felt Taki from... Again, since we're talking about Ivy from Soul Calibur, I always thought Taki from Soul Calibur was much sexier. And I mean, and then again, let's see, I played Dead or Alive way too young. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people did that. Honestly, I've never played any Dead or Alive game. I just know about them through cultural osmosis. That's mostly because I'm not the biggest fan of fighting games. The exception for me is I like Mortal Kombat and I like Soul Calibur. And even then, I like Soul Calibur because of the character customization. I mean, okay, I like the gameplay too. And I like Mortal Kombat because it has a good story. I mean, that's part of the reason I really hated Mortal Kombat 11 is because it took a dump all over the great story that 9 and 10 did. I still need to get Mortal Kombat 1 because, well, I still don't love the story. It sounds interesting. I had a thing for a few of those characters before figuring out sexuality. Love me the biker dude. Heck yeah. I'm not sure who you're referring to because I don't know Dead or Alive, but heck yeah. Heck yeah, man. Anyway, we're in a hurry ourselves, so we'll do our best to help. I guess if you're going to help Grand Snappy, we'll let you wander about a bit. Forgot the name, though. Okay. There you go, child. Now you can be on your merry way along the mountain. Just don't go wandering off too far. You gotta find us something called the Soul Seed. They say that that's the only thing that can help old Grand Snappy get his energy back. Good luck. I think I got that already. Oh, Shriveled Seed. No, I'm pretty sure Mortal Kombat 1 is pretty good. That's what I've heard. And I've even heard the story's pretty awesome. I know it did a few things I'm not the biggest fan of, like making the set, I forget his name, but Sub-Zero 2, they made him Scorpion instead of Hanzo Asashi. I liked that they brought a bunch of other characters back from later Mortal Kombat games, like Natara and Havoc, and I know she's not playable, she's like a guest fighter, but I love that not only is Serena in the game, but her demon form is finally viewable for the first time. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I almost went out and bought Mortal Kombat 1 the second that I learned that Serena's in the game, because I don't fully know why, but Serena's a character I've always had a major soft spot for in that franchise. Well, it's been a while since the first battle, hasn't it? Not really. I mean, it's only been a while because I've just been wasting time. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. They did good for the art style. That's also what I heard. Yeah. Also, I know, like, they're really changing the world, but I also like what they did with Melina. I do appreciate that they did something unique with Melina's affliction. Let's see. I do think it's interesting that Tarkartanism is, rather than there being a species, it is a disease. Again, it's interesting. I have a link to the character I meant that doesn't something for me, Dead or Alive. Yes, I would love to see it. Yeah, go ahead and send it. I'll look at it. You know, I also kind of like the fact that they made, again, because I've seen clips from Mortal Kombat 1. I think it's kind of cool that they had Melina and, shit, I forgot her name, the yellow female ninja with kind of the Egyptian theme. They made them a couple. Now, if they'd make another Soul Calibur game where you could have not Soul Calibur, Mortal Kombat game where you can have a customizable protagonist and play through a story with them. I mean, I know there was customizable characters in Armageddon, but I don't have that game, and I don't really want to get it because I've not heard good things about it. But it's like, it'd be really fun to take Edgelord in through the Mortal Kombat universe. But making that happen was unexpected to me. What do you mean, making that happen? Or, making Melina and, what's her name, a couple? Okay, yeah, I admit, I don't know a ton about those two characters. I guess it's one of those things that I'm just glad there was some representation. I'll make a self-insert fighter in Mortal Kombat again. So, I'm probably just kind of jumping on the bandwagon despite common sense. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, so that's another mechanic of this game, is that you, again, because the combat is kind of puzzle based. Again, it's not something I'm thrilled about, but it is an interesting mechanic. But yeah, you do have a certain number of turns that you can turn the dial, you know? Like I said, I don't love it because, as I've said many times, I am not the biggest fan of puzzle games. But it still is a fun mechanic nonetheless. Or at least it's a fun idea of a mechanic, if nothing else. Let's see. You sound taller on stream than you do in your videos. Well, I mean, I am 6'5", so I don't know. How tall do I sound on streams? I mean, then again, I could sound... I could sound pretty tall, honestly. What do you got for me? Ooh. She's definitely probably the most defeatist of all of... Let's see, exactly. A couple of things. I mean, it was always the huge... just sex appeal. Most MK fans, at least the gross sort. Yeah, I guess that's... Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, Melita's costume in Mortal Kombat 9 was without question one of the most impractical things I have ever seen in a video game. Like, I did not find that outfit sexy because I kept being like, I should see her vagina. I am not titillated. I'm confused. It's why in Tales of Xillia, there's a character, she's kind of got like a cat motif. But likewise, her outfit, it's got a split down the middle, and it goes down far enough. I should be able to, like, they obsessed over bonded skin. Oh, yeah, no, seriously. That I should be able to see everything on her. So as a result, I'm not thinking, ooh, I'm thinking, what? Like, quite frankly, Jade's default design in Mortal Kombat 9, that was always the sexiest outfit or sexiest design character for me in that particular game. Don't get me wrong, Katana had some good outfits, but that's just because some of Katana's outfits were designed to just kind of be similar to Jade's anyway. I think the treasures, if I remember correctly, they're kind of like they're the kind of the collectibles of this game. Hey Jay, glad to have you back. All right, can I throw the seed in here? I'm pretty sure that's what I need to do. Throw the seed in. Do.
We have discovered the Fountain of Youth, mein Führer.
Okay, actually, now that I've said that, I don't like that. I don't like that I said that. What happened? We'll find out in a second. I want to throw some more stuff in there, because I'm pretty sure that's the point and purpose, you know? Got it! And I guess just since we're kind of talking about... Yeah, no, I'm... Does anyone have a video game character that they think is like the character they're the most attracted to? And I don't just mean sex appeal. Like, if there was a video game character... I wanted to sleep, but don't want to miss the live stream. Well, I mean, if you need to sleep, I won't feel bad. But I also understand. Sorry, but I want to make sure I've got confetti. Oh, wait, no, I don't need confetti for fight. Yeah, no. Well, I agree. Let's stop whacking the flowers. And again, I don't necessarily mean sex appeal, but, you know, if you want to say the character that you do find sexy, that's also acceptable. But yeah, just a character that you do find incredibly a video game character you do find incredibly... Oh, no. Oh, dear. I can't look. Poor... Wait, is it raining? Shouldn't this be a death sentence to the entire world? He's been chipped. Grand Sappy, can you hear us? All right. Get some sleep. This doesn't look good. He was already creaky. Now he's downright hollowed out. Oh, I've got an idea. Let's look closely. Mr. Gramsy face. Does it look at one of those holes? Maybe that means you can fix him with confetti. Oh, tough one. I've got no... I know, actually. It's easy. Varric Tethris from Dragon Age. Give me the dwarf. I know. Abby is livid that Varric is not romanceable in any of the games. And honestly, personally, I think that's for the best. He's a character who's just out of reach. You know, oh, what happened? Felt like some rapscallion was whipping me down again. Did I just dream it? Well, I suppose that's just memory gone downhill and nuts. Grand Sappy is back, y'all! Let's see, Mustache. Check your creepy eyebrows. Check it's Grand Sappy again, all right? Oh, thank you. He's still a shell of himself. But it's better than being a shell of a shell. We've got a precious elder back. I don't know. We might be live tomorrow. It just kind of... So, Abby doesn't have rehearsal tomorrow night. So, maybe we'll stream together tomorrow night. Or maybe he was cut as a romance. Oh, wait. He was cut as a romance. So, he was originally intended as one. It's unfortunate. So, if Abby and I are doing something, then no, I won't be streaming. I won't be live tomorrow. But at the same time, we might stream together tomorrow night. Or maybe she'll need to unplug and then I can do some more independent streaming. It's a tentative I might be live tomorrow. I can't promise that at this point. But maybe. My usual, like, I have set stream... Okay, bye, see ya, Jay. Alright, then I won't finish explaining that. But, well, he's not hollow anymore, but does seem like he could still be more energetic somehow. Yes, the seed that we went through all of the trouble of getting. Let us use it. That's what made me most upset about not getting my dwarf. Okay. Again, if I always assume that he was never meant as a romance option, but if he was cut, I'm like, no, they did consider it at some point. I feel like I'm an Alice in Wonder. Oh, Mario's dancing! Then I feel people are a little more upset about not being able to romance Varric. Pop song! But yeah. Aw, heck yeah. Wow, I was not expecting that. Look, good old Grampsappy, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. That little seed's all it took, tighten up my timbers and put a funk back in my trunk. Oh, me young again. I see no need to keep y'all waiting any longer unless you...
Grampsappy, I'm glad we could be of service. Oh, hold the phone. Hold the phone. Reconnecting successful. Okay. There's nothing wrong about being obsessed with Varric. Nothing at all. Okay, it looks like the stream is okay. But yeah, probably the video game character I'm the most attracted to is probably Sheena from Tales of Symphonia, but it's not that surprising given that that is, again, my favorite game of all time. It was very important. Oh, hi Jay, still here? Well, I'm not going to complain about that. But yeah, it's very much, she just was, because she was the sex appeal character from my favorite game, but she was a sex appeal character done right, in my opinion. It preyed upon, let's see, buffer for just a second. Okay, that's good. It preyed upon my adolescent mind of, oh, sexy character, but a sexy character with a great story. So, pretty straightforward, right? Yeah, they made me out of one of Grampsappy's branches. Reduce, reuse, recycle, I guess. So, yeah, it's one of those things that again, yes, she's the sex appeal character, but like I said, she's a sex appeal character done right, because she does operate under the less is more, in my opinion. And she's also a character I just want to hug. Oh no, what's that? Some kind of face head hat thing that's stuck in a shrub. I've got a bad feeling. I'm a toad! Wait, that's what a toad looks like? Wow, I was way off. There, I can't judge you pick when mine is the silky smooth voice and chest hair. Ooh, rub your fingers through my chest hair. Oh, come on. I mean, I think that's something we all have wanted. Although, speaking of dwarfs, I am glad that you can actually romance. We're going to be able to romance Harding in the next Dragon Age game. So we finally have a dwarf romance. I don't know if that's who I'm going to romance, mostly just because it's like I need to play the game. But I do know, okay, that unless another character sways me, I'm going to romance Harding. But yeah, all right, Jay, if you're still here, I might as well let you know. My normal stream schedules is that I stream Saturday and Sunday morning. And then if I have time in the evenings, because my weekdays are usually pretty booked solid. Because I leave for work at 6 a.m. and I usually don't get home from work until after 6. So it kind of depends if I have time on the weekdays to stream. Plus, it also depends if I'm home alone. Let's see. I love Isabella, but she's not my favorite. Oh, and I know Harding will be my first romance when I get Vanguard. I know what you meant. So, like, weekday streams, it just depends on my schedule, really. But yeah, my dedicated stream days are Saturday and Sunday mornings. Just if you're wondering. Abby, she tries to stream, but she hasn't had much success, if I'm being honest, sadly. Thanks, Mario. Thanks, Mario. I've been in there for a long time, and now you know what the tents don't have, right? Bathrooms! Are you gonna go use the bathroom? I'd probably run if I were... What about weekends? Saturday and Sunday morning. Those are my weekends. Those are my usual weekend streaming days. Yeah, I don't know. Abby's life's been pretty damn crazy these past couple years, making it difficult for her to commit to stream days, you know. And then, you know, we tried to get Kendall over to do a stream back in August, but yeah, my work schedule buckled so much so that it's like I couldn't commit to a day to get Kendall over, and still things are still complicated, to say the very least. We want to get Flays over again, Kendall over, to do either more monster, whether it's like do more monster prom or monster camp, or let's see, sad about that missing Abby streams. I do too. I love, especially since Abby's the one who really started the channel, you know. So yeah, this is gotta hate scheduling conflicts, for real. This is kind of a fun mechanic. Now, while there is still, what's it called? Filling out the paper, kind of in the same way of painting in the last game. But like the big collectible, for lack of a better word, or the big thing to fill in each level is finding all the folded toads. I think this one, see ya, is definitely more unique, shall we say? I can't outright say it better because unfortunately it does result in some obtuse stuff, honestly. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what we wanted to stream next with Flays, because like we finished Deltarune chapter 2 or 3 or whatever we're on, so we don't have that to stream. Actually, maybe we're gonna stream some more Azure games. I don't 100% remember what our plan was since it's been a while. Finally a minute to rest. Because Azure did just put out a brand new game, and it's like, we need to get back to playing Azure since she's such a wonderful creator, and she's been so good to us here on the channel. But time really is what boils down to. Like, Abby and I have every intention of getting back to it. It's just, we gotta finish Skyward Sword first. This is creepy, because all the timber is talking, because it was cut from... Well, at least that's a kind of slightly less horrifying way to look at it. That's still fucking horrifying, bro. But yeah, schedule, it's the #1 anything killer. It's the reason why I haven't had a dedicated D&D group in a while, and I'm like, I'm desperate for a dedicated D&D group again. I really want to play D&D. Thankfully, Baldur's Gate 3 is scratching that itch in some aspects, but not completely. Especially since it's like there are a number of races I want to play that, since they're not in a Faerun. Yeah, anyway. Time is such a pain to work with. Wish we all had more of it. I know. That's why I miss my old job, because I was done. I started work at 7 and I was done no later than 4, and had the weekends off. So I had plenty of time to stream on the weekends, to stream weekday evenings. The trade-off is, sadly, now if I still worked that job, there's no guarantee I could actually afford my house anymore, or my apartment, but still, it was work I liked, working with people I liked. In a location I liked, because it was so convenient. It was like a less than 7-minute drive from my house. So I had time to stream, time for D&D. I mean, finding people to play D&D with, that was the killer, but still. I could do art. I could go to the LARP park that has sadly closed, but I still had time to go to it. Actually, what's especially sad with the LARP park is while it closed, new people bought it, and quite frankly, were a little pissed off with what they're doing with it. It really does sound convenient. It was convenient. So, like, the people who bought the old LARP park, they're doing one of my biggest pet peeves in the world. Like, whenever they're all their advertisement, it's not been about, hey, we bought this awesome, theme park, and we're gonna do something cool with it. It's like, oh, hey, remember that theme park that was run really shoddily? Well, we own it now, and we're better than the last people. Remember how dumb the last people were? It pisses me off, because it's like, why don't you tell me about what you're doing and what makes you special, rather than just taking the piss out of the previous owners, Especially since, well, I can agree that the previous owners made so many mistakes. The park was still special to so many people. Oh, sorry. I thought that... Alright, I misunderstood the situation. Then again, these assholes probably also watched the smear campaign that Jenny Nicholson did on the park and thought, oh, the internet as a whole is all on board with talking shit about this place. Never mind the fact that Jenny Nicholson's a piece of shit. Yeah, I said it. Sorry, I thought I could fold you out or flatten you out, but oh well. Am I almost back? Okay. So there's going to be a cutscene. Well, no, but it did just save. So, okay. Don't even know who you mean. She's a YouTuber, but she's a reporter YouTuber who just likes to she's a rage baiter. That's the best way I can describe. She's a rage content farm masquerading as a news channel. Anyway, it's getting late here. I got a little farther than I thought I was going to, so that's good. So I am going to call it quits here for the night. I still think this was a very productive evening since I completed both Color Splash and started Origami King. Yeah, no, definitely. Oh. Because, like, literally, like, the horror stories that were caused at that theme park because of her are absolutely disgusting. And I have a lot of horror stories about, you know, the people, you know, let's see. See you next time. You see you next time too, Endangered. So, yeah, we don't like Jenny Nicholson around here. There's a couple other YouTube channels we don't really like, but I'm not going to bring them up because I don't want to give them the attention. But yeah, there might be another stream tomorrow night. It just depends on Abby. There is... Oh, Endangered, before I lose you, there's going to be a stream on Friday morning. Because I have Friday off, because I'm going to attend the event that Abby is going to be working at. So I got that requested off. But because that's not in the evening, I've got time to do that. There will not be a stream on Saturday, because I will be attending FanX. Let me think. But Edgelord's usual stream will happen on Sunday. So, yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. That helps the channel a lot. Link to the Discord and Twitter in the description. I'm not sure when, but I'll see you then. You guys have a great rest of your night.